Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. The Last of Us, the highly loved games property, which is coming out with a sequel this year, I believe, is being turned into a series. And, I know, that's great news, but where is it going? HBO. Now that's even better news. On the surface, this all sounds really, really good. So first and foremost, the fact that The Last of Us is being turned into a series property, yes. All on board for that. The much loved games property, they've got a sequel coming out this year, I believe. A lot of people love it, there's a lot of hype for it, and the fact that it's being turned into a series, yes, really, really good. The place it's going, HBO Max, or HBO, which will then obviously go on HBO Max and the kind of streaming platform, really, really, really good news. Now, obviously HBO have literally all the money in the world, so for them to have this will be... And I don't want to compare it to this series, but inevitably we have to. This will be a better version, far and above to The Walking Dead. Absolutely far and above. HBO have literally all the money in the world. And then, who's making it? Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann. So that is Chernobyl, or Chernobyl. Yes, all aboard the hype train. This is really, really solid stuff. This is great news. I don't think this could be better, to be perfectly honest. So let's get into it, and then we'll kind of talk about my thoughts and feelings on that, and obviously have a discussion and get your thoughts. So the pair will write and executive produce the adaptation of the Sony PlayStation video game. Awesome. Really, really good. Now, Craig Mazin, the creator of the acclaimed limited series Chernobyl, is reteaming with HBO to adapt the hit video game The Last of Us. In a rare development in the world of video game adaptations, the writer and creative director of the game, Neil Druckmann, so again, yes, really good news, is also involved and will work with Mazin to pen and executive produce what is intended to be a series. Now, it doesn't say whether it's a limited run or a feature series. We don't know yet. Really good that they've got the creator on board. Really, really, really good. Now, Caroline Strauss will also executive produce, along with Evan Wells, president of Naughty Dog, the Santa Monica-based developer of the game. So they've got everyone on board from the game. That's fantastic. That's staggering news. The project is a co-production with Sony Pictures Television in association with PlayStation Productions, and it will be the first television series from PlayStation Productions, which is something we heard about a long time ago, but nothing's really been happening with them. But I do feel there's certain things which have happened in the world of pop culture and media and theatre and such, which is signifying their ramp up on... well, probably a lot of TV series, I would imagine. Now, Sony and Naughty Dog's The Last of Us, which bowed in 2013, garnered critical praise for its engrossing tale of the centering on the relationship between Joel, a smuggler in this new world, and Ellie, a teenager who may be the key to a cure for a deadly pandemic. So that's zombies and stuff, basically. Joel, a hardened survivor, is hired to smuggle the 14-year-old girl out of an oppressive quarantine zone. What starts as a small job soon becomes a brutal, heartbreaking journey as they traverse the US and depend on each other for survival. Now, let's take a look. So the HBO series will cover the events of the original game. So again, for everyone thinking that it's going to be a brand new thing, it's going to be the original game, but obviously I would imagine some different bits is, and it does say here, which was written by Druckmann, so again the same writer on board, with the possibility of additional content based on the forthcoming game sequel. So it sounds almost like they're going to do the first game, okay, in prep for the sequel to be released, and then have some, I guess, teasers, some Easter eggs in there, a little bit of a story after the first game, in prep for the second game. How amazing is that? Now, The Last of Us Part 2, which is set to release in May, I think that's great. That's really smart marketing. I don't think that could be any better, to be honest. Now, Neil Druckmann is without question the finest storyteller working in the video game medium, and The Last of Us is his magnum opus, Mazin said Thursday in a statement. Getting a chance to adapt his heart-breaking work of art has been a dream of mine for years, and I'm so honoured to do it in partnership with Neil. From the first time I sat down to talk with Craig, I was equally blown away by his approach to narrative and his love and deep understanding of The Last of Us. So again, this is all PR spin, FYI, don't worry, it is PR spin, but it sounds good either way. With Chernobyl, Craig and HBO created a tense, harrowing, emotional masterpiece. I couldn't think of better partners to bring the story of The Last of Us live as a television show. Now, The Last of Us obviously won numerous awards, sold 17 million copies, and further statement says, this is an incredible, exciting opportunity for us to partner with Craig, Neil, Carolyn, and teams at Sony, Naughty Dog, and PlayStation to bring the virtual world of this acclaimed game to life, said HBO programming president Casey Bloys. This is the first of many shows we intend to develop with our friends at PlayStation Productions. Aha. Now this is what I'll get on into in a second. Co-president of Sony Pictures Television Studios, The Last of Us is a brilliant achievement in storytelling and character development, and we are lucky to have the opportunity to work with this team to adapt it. Really, really good. Now Druckmann is a long-time vet at Naughty Dog, having started as a programming intern in 2004. Right, so let's take a look at this. Right, let's take a look at all of this. So, what has happened for this to get the go-ahead? Well, a few things. Okay, I think it's CBS or Showtime. I can't remember exactly which one it is. It's been going on for so long. Halo is now finally getting started. They've been doing casting recently. He's kind of solidifying the extras cast for that. And I believe they're going to be shooting actually in the UK, or parts of it in the UK. This is HBO laying down the flag and just saying, no, we're going to tackle this. We're going to do this better than you guys could ever do it. We know that video game properties can be adapted. We've seen it recently. There's a surge of video game properties happening again. Sonic just blew everyone away. That's given people more faith. Obviously, this has been gestating for a while, one can assume. But that's part of it. You know, the fact that Sonic did so well, the fact that we've got Halo in the works. We've had a lot of video game properties kind of gestating, and this is now starting to move forward. There's also another one with Tom Holland. I can't remember it off the top of my head. And there's a lot happening here. There is a lot happening. Now, the fact that HBO are behind it, really good news. They want something to compete with, is it AMC's The Walking Dead? They want something to compete with that, or basically take the market share. So obviously The Walking Dead has been going on forever, and I believe viewership is waning, or at least interest in it is waning. It's not this cultural phenomenon that it was. So if they can capture all of the fans from the original game, plus take the Walking Dead fans, they've got it. They've nailed it. They've created something which will literally be a cultural phenomenon. Again, much like The Walking Dead, but far and above. And HBO have way more money than AMC's ever had. Way, way, way more money. They have all the money in the world. They were doing their episodes of Game of Thrones for God knows how much money. It was just insane sums of cash. But they need something, because they're obviously going to be part of this HBO Max, and this will be part of it. They need something to headline that, and this will be that headliner. Much like Disney, right? This is all a ramp up for the streaming wars, which we're starting to see happen more and more. And this will be front and center. This will be front and center. They need to compete with Disney Plus. This will be part of that. And the fact that they quite literally just laid down the flag and said, yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of productions with Sony Pictures Television. We're going to do a lot of these things. That's them saying, yeah, we've got a stake here, and we're not going to let it go. Not at all. So that's encouraging, but it's also just the people that are behind it. You've got Chernobyl creator Craig Mazin, and you've got Neil Druckmann, the writer of the original The Last of Us. Awesome. This is a great marketing ploy. Great marketing ploy. This is fantastic stuff. If this does tie into the new game in any way, shape or form, HBO have become the kings of marketing, without a shadow of a doubt. That's great. That's really, really solid stuff. So I'm looking forward to this. In an effort for this, I may bring the game to the channel. I don't know yet, but yeah, there you go. What do you guys think about this? Now, I saw this drop yesterday. I just want to take this moment just to say a few bits and pieces. I'm unsure whether I'm going to do any more than 3 uploads in a day, no matter what news breaks. And the reason is that YouTube is just screwing my channel into oblivion. You may have seen a community post that I did the other day, yesterday I believe it was, Just saying I don't know what's happening with my channel. Just as a sign of appreciation, whatever does happen. Thank you so much. Because genuinely, I'd never imagined in a million years my channel would become what it has become. But YouTube is screwing my channel into oblivion. It's doing it with many, many channels, so I'm not alone in this. I did say that I thought copper might take effect. I think it is having an effect, amongst other bits and pieces. And it's a shame, really. So I have created a second channel. It's just called More Mr. H Reviews. I'll leave that linked in a pinned comment down below. Please do hit subscribe to that channel. The reason why I have that channel there is a backup channel. It's just there as a backup. I am going to start essentially stockpiling some of my older content on there, like a lot of my retrospective reviews, movie reviews, which you may have never seen, actually, because a lot of people say, have you done this? And I'm like, yeah, I have. But because YouTube doesn't notify any of you guys anymore of my content, a lot of stuff actually goes by the wayside, stuff which I spend a really long time on. So I'm going to start migrating my movie reviews over there. A lot of retrospectives will go over there. So please do hit subscribe, because there'll probably be some content there that you have missed. Now, again, with that channel, make sure you turn the bell notifications on. Really, really do. Now, the reason why I said I'll probably only upload 3 in a day is apparently, any more than that, no one gets notified of my content, which you guys don't get notified of my content anyway. And I know that because I can see it as part of the analytics. It shows me the traffic where it's coming from. So, hey, look, it is part of it, but that's what I'm doing to combat this epidemic of shit that is happening on YouTube. I'm still going to be uploading on this channel. Please don't worry. This channel will still be here, but I need that backup. And I need you all to go and subscribe to it as a precaution. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Leave your thoughts on this down below in the comment section. Thank you. Take care.